and welcome back to more Final Fantasy XVI. Now, I know, really weird place that I decided to stop the last episode. I feel like Christmas is going on behind me and I'm not sure if I'm digging it. I tried to change it earlier on today and it was not changing, so it might just be for this episode. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know what's going on with my lighting, okay. So I stopped it in a really weird place because I was tired. Like, I was so tired. I don't know what the hell was wrong with me.
And if anyone requests her company, tell them she is feeling unwell.
Madame, you look stunning.
As do you, my dear.
Shall I have one of the girls draw a bath?
That won't be necessary. Clive, my darling. Welcome to the Vale.
Lots of nice ladies around here, Clive, but you stop, okay? You stop right now because Jill is the only one that I have eyes for. And maybe you, because that outfit is really stunning. I want to dress up like this. Just like have a little bit of fun. Put on some corsets and, you know, ye olde style.
Thank you for seeing me through the gates, my lady. I am in your debt.
Well, that was the whole point, wasn't it? And I told you, it's Isabel. Whatever wound you so tight, I wonder. It's certainly not Cid's influence.
You, mentioned a favor. What is it you'd have me do? I don't want to keep my companions waiting.
Yeah, I have a
If you mean
dog,
Cid
okay?
and the girl, you needn't worry. They have yet to reach the checkpoint. Yes, Otto asked me to help them as well. But to answer your question, I need you to find someone for me. One of my girls. Tatienne has been gone for several days now, having left no word of explanation. And I've begun to fear the worst.
I feel as if I've spent my whole life searching for people. No, I can't say I'm any good at it.
I trust you'll do your best. Oh, and take this.
The moon and stars. Okay.
Proof of that trust. And hopefully enough to keep prying eyes from looking too closely at that handsome face of yours. Now, I have matters to attend to at the Iron Flagon. If you find anything, ask for me there.
Okay, let's prioritize this bad boy. Yeah, it's kind of strange being on a mission without Jill.
Here.
And my doggy. Hello.
You wear the dame's brooch. She must trust you.
Enough to have me look for one of your colleagues. A woman by the name of Tatienne.
She's still missing then. Oh, if only I'd comforted her.
You saw her before she disappeared.
The day before, she was in tears. She'd lost her comb, a gift from the dame. It wasn't anything fancy, but you could tell it meant the world to her. You see, Tatienne was an orphan, and she looked upon the dame as a mother, as do we all.
So she was upset.
And I didn't lend her my shoulder. But perhaps someone else did. Tatienne shared a room. Her chambermaid may have seen something. She's over there, sitting by the pond.
Thank you.
So you saw that she was
Let's see what
upset
actually the
and
maid
you
can tell us
just
then.
carried on sweeping?
So you're the new escort the girls have been talking about. And you've already been sent off on an errand, eh? Poor boy. You'll be knackered before the real work begins later on tonight.
Oh, Jesus!
Told you share a bed chamber with
Taken,
Tatienne.
okay?
Did she say anything to you before?
Before she went missing. Only that she needed to meet with someone. She did mention a name, but I know exactly who she meant.
You do?
Lad from the garrison. Annoying little shit. Spent every guil he earned on Tatienne, and picked fights with anyone else who tried to buy her time. Followed her around like a lost puppy. Tatienne was flattered at first, but it didn't take long for her to get scared. She thought about saying something. But the Dame was so proud of her for how much she was bringing in, and she didn't want to let her down.
This man from the garrison. Did you ever see him?
Of course I did. He tried to sneak into our room enough times. Slimy sod's got a scar over one eye. Claims he got it in battle.
You've been very helpful.
Don't let him get away with this. Find him, and you'll find her.
So, did
The man from the
he...
garrison. Seems a trip to the barracks is in order.
What I was gonna say was... maybe he took her because he fell in love with her? Maybe? Like, I'm trying to be optimistic about this. If he was spending so much time with her, then surely he would feel a certain kind of way for her. He wouldn't hurt her in any way. Does that make sense? Maybe I'm just being too nice.
Heard the bones fell favourably. To the Vale?
I'm looking for a man with a scar over his eye.
Looking for a man? Does this look like a brothel branded? Fuck off.
Hold your tongue. He wears the Dame's brooch. One word from him and the Vale's doors will be barred to us for good.
There's only one man in the garrison with a dodgy eye. His name's Yannick. I haven't seen him around lately, though.
On account of him being in war. Yeah, Yannick left a few days back. Said he had dealings with a merchant there.
The Dame thanks you.
The other guy sounded a
Where's the
little
last village
bit
on the road to Oriflamme?
like a
I
liar.
should let Isabel know where I'm headed.
Right, we have quite a few side missions here. I've said to you guys before, then I've said it a million times. You have a cute poochie. Wait, you're a singer. I like to do the side stuff off camera.
Greetings. You are one of the Dame's chosen, I see. Me? I am but a nameless weaver of song, who would warm the hearts of the good folk of this town with such humble cloth as the muse might permit me to make.
Where have you been? When I'm all in the cutscenes and stuff? Where have you been? No. No shakes. Don't give me that. Alright.
After it.
Fine. Have one of these. Just because I love you so much, okay? It's the only reason. I didn't see him in any of the cutscenes.
Clive, tell me you bear good tidings.
That remains to be seen.
Oh, Tatienne, you could have told me.
This Yannick. The soldiers I spoke to believe he's in the village of Moor. According to them, he claimed to have some business with a merchant there. Though that wouldn't explain his continued absence.
And you plan on traveling to Moor to ascertain the truth?
I
Isn't
mean,
that what you
yeah.
want?
Sure.
Oh, it is, but I fear sending you there may cause more harm than good. The people of Moor are rather set in their ways. You'll find they have little love for bearers, and they will not hesitate to report one such as you to the constabulary. There is a man in Moor who owes me a favor. More than one, in fact. His name is Bertrand, and he works at the stables. Tell him I sent you.
I shall return as soon as I find something.
Oh man, peeps are so mean. They're so mean. See, while I'm here though, I feel like I should at least talk to one of the side mission people. I worry that the missions will disappear if I progress too much.
Excuse me, you there? I cannot help but notice you bear the moon and stars. So you are an associate of the Dame's? Might I trouble you for some assistance? You'll be rewarded, of course.
And who exactly would I be assisting?
Oh, forgive me. I am Etienne, a humble merchant, though fortunate enough to count the Dame among my acquaintances. I have business beyond these walls, but the guards have grown somewhat suspicious of my comings and goings of late. I was hoping someone might be kind enough to go in my stead. And who better than someone in the employ of the Vale's proprietress? Would you be willing to help a fellow in his hour of need?
All right, let's do it.
Why not?
Marvelous. The task is simple enough. Pass through the gate and deliver packages to a few of my most valued clients. There are 3 in total. A grocer, an apothecary, and a distiller. You need only mention that the items you carry are fresh from the master's table.
Nothing dangerous, I hope.
Why, of course not. Merely trifles which folk beyond the checkpoint are keen to get their hands on.
I don't know.
Though I
He
cannot
seems
prevent you from
suspicious to
peeking,
me.
I advise that you don't.
Oh,
Strongly
and that's not
advise.
suspicious? Huh. Okay. That is so suspicious. Don't you dare peek at it. Okay, deliver the package to the tinker, the herbalist, and the liquor monger. Is that how you say that? I think that's how you say that. There is like a whole bunch of things to do in this place. Ah, Final Fantasy. These are the times when I wish that I didn't actually have my gameplay channel, because on my gameplay channel at the moment I'm playing GTA 5, right? And it's a very different kind of vibe that's on that channel. This one's a lot more relaxed sometimes, and you know, Final Fantasy, things like that. But that other channel is just like craziness. But it's difficult to have time for both, you know, to play so many different games at once.
I warn you now, I don't sell to your kind, whether you have the coin or not. Where's your master anyway?
Etienne sent me.
Didn't know he had his own bearer. Business must be booming. All right, quickly now, before the guards notice. That isn't a burden off my back. And this is for Etienne.
What is it? What are you giving? I'm not even allowed
All
to
this
peek.
for a drink.
Not just any drink. The very best. Specially distilled for my most discerning customers. The guards find that, they'll seize it before you can blink. You keep it well hidden, all right? If Etienne likes it, tell him there's more where that came from. For a price, of course.
Of course.
Clive is so serious. It's like, yes, of course. So I'm happy enough to do this side mission, literally because it's right here.
I have no business with Branded.
It's the
Well, I have
same
business
story,
with you.
constantly.
A package. Fresh from the master's table.
I do not know you. Where is the merchant, Etienne?
Somewhere the gate guards won't be paying him or his affairs any mind.
Fine. Hand over the goods and be gone.
I almost don't want to because he's so rude.
This is lighter than usual. Branded, if I discover you have played me false...
I can always take it back.
You will do no such thing. Your master should cut out your insolent tongue. Had you been the tool of any other man, I would see you clapped in chains. Payment. Take it and get out of my sight.
Cigars.
Those cigars are worth more than your life. Do be careful.
Do you know what? Screw you, man. God. Talk about rude. It's really hard having these people disrespect Clive all the time.
There's nothing here for your kind, Branded. Go on now. Shoot.
I have a delivery from Etienne. Fresh from the master's table.
And are you gonna be rude or are you just gonna take it and be
Why
nice?
didn't you say so? Times are hard. But this here'll make 'em less so. For a while, at least. Sorry about the welcome. I meant nothing by it. You wait right here.
Okay, okay, at least one of them. He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah. You can tell Etienne I'm a man of my word.
Perfume.
Oriflamme's finest. Just as promised.
Perfume, cigars, and spirits. Someone has expensive tastes. The question is, how can they afford to maintain them? I suppose there's only one way to find out.
Start asking some questions. Maybe he'll give me something nice as well for that. I feel like a lot of the side missions are just here to kind of open up the world. You know, you've just arrived at a new village and it's a good way to get around people.
Ah, you have returned.
I believe these are yours.
Delightful. The dame will be pleased.
You don't say. And would she be pleased to learn what you had to exchange for those items?
You mean the crystals? No need to be coy, my boy.
Why not just tell me in the first place?
An honest man wears deception like shackles about his ankles. I couldn't risk you stumbling under the gaze of the guards. After all, we both know the punishment for dealing in unsanctioned crystals, even such morsels as I provide. And if you don't know what this day's work may have cost you, then, well, I dare say you'll sleep all the better for it. Despite the risk, our friends beyond the wall gladly give their finest and most treasured wares for the paltry crumbs I trade in.
I didn't realize crystals were so scarce here.
As scarce as chocobo teeth, hence the thriving market for even the scantest fragments.
Chocobos have teeth?
Do you think it vulgar that I profit from the hardship of others?
I think you're doing what you believe is necessary.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. He didn't even have an opinion on
I
it.
don't doubt the dame would agree. A reward for a job well done. I have the goods I was commissioned to gather, and the guards are none the wiser. I thank you, as will our mutual friend when she hears of how you have aided me.
Well, nobody said that the betters, you know, they ever get to do the good jobs. Okay. Alright, we can say that we've done one. I do want to check my map though. Yes, you've got some down here. Whoa! There is a ton! There's tons of things I can do. Oh, this is so good. It means that I get to record my video today and then off camera spend like another like 2 hours playing the game. Not that I need an excuse to play the game, but
How many bearers suffer to keep your granaries full?
Oh, it's so beautiful. Hi! Yo! It's just so sad! It's so sad! I understand, like, wild chocobos being a thing, but I don't want to kill them. I don't want anything to do with wild chocobos. Because they're adorable to me. Just in case you were asking. And if you weren't asking, that's fine. But I'm just letting you know that they are very... See, look, there's another one there.
That's enough dallying.
I love the time that this game is set in. It really does just kind of give me those Witcher vibes. I don't know.
If the people of Moor are as intolerant as Isabel says, it's no wonder the Empire never sent my unit here.
Hello, hello.
Fly, sell, or be gone.
I need to get used to the rudeness. Not as good. 10,000. Why can't I have that anyway? Well, I got enough money for it, but Oh no, I can. Okay. I was like, it's red. I can't have that. Reduces heat wave cooldown time by 2.7. Adds a new song. It's just crazy. Adds a new song for 40,000. Like, do you not think I need this money?
You don't think he's a deserter, do you?
Where? Oh, there we are. I was like, where am I going? I'm just gonna run right through this place. Chocobo!
Are you Bertrand? The dame sent me.
Sounds about right. Only time I hear from her is when she wants something. Well, go on then. What is it?
One of her courtesans has gone missing, and I need to find her. A soldier who may have information on her whereabouts is rumored to have come here to meet with a trader.
Many traders stop to peddle their wares on their way to the capital, but only one's been seen quarreling with a soldier.
Is he still here?
The trader? Oh, yeah. Stubborn sod stood his ground till the soldier got tired of shouting, from what I hear. If you seek him out, keep your head down. Fact is, folks round here would sooner hang a branded than help him. And that's even with the dame's brooch for protection.
Understood.
Ah, I know what it's like. I've been living this life for as long as I can remember. But if these people knew who I actually am, they would treat me with some respect. Maybe. Or they'd go to war with me. One or the other.
What's this? A branded? Where's your master? Must I call for the constable?
I come to you from Northreach, at the behest of the dame. Perhaps you've heard of her.
Why, of course I have. I am the good lady's servant. Oh, what is it that she requires of me?
Rumor has it you were seen arguing with a soldier some few days ago. A soldier with a scar over his eye.
Yes, that's right. He had a comb which he claimed was an antique. Said he wanted to trade it for a newer one. But old though it was, an antique it most certainly was not, as I told him. Nevertheless, he insisted that it was of great value and was quite vehement about my appraisal. I stood firm, however, and for all his bluster, he still purchased a new comb, albeit an inexpensive one.
And do you know where he went after that?
My customers aren't usually in the habit of telling me whither they are bound, but as it happens, this one did. Yonder ruins, strange as it may sound.
My thanks.
Not at all. I would do anything for the dame. Anything. Be sure and tell her, won't you, that I was helpful. I mean, most helpful.
These guys will do anything for a pretty lady, won't they? Okay, let's go to the ruins. Find out what he's doing with this poor lady. So there's a lot of slowdown at the moment. The game was very hectic in the beginning, but I do feel now it's a lot more...
Death here, Torgal.
It's a lot slower. You know, we're just kind of getting to know the world.
We can't let them get any closer to the village.
Oh.
It's over.
He wasn't kidding when he said it smelled of death. Come on, Targi! Thanks, Britt. Okay, slightly overkill, but it's fine.
Get him, boy!
You know, it kind of feels to me, the L3 and R3 move, it seems to regen quite quickly. I don't know if that's just me or not.
It's over.
Because look at that, I've just used it. And you can already see how much it's come back. So. She's dead, isn't she? Along with the guy. Someone's dead.
Damn it all. Bodies. A man and a woman.
Were they just in love,
Well,
these
the wolves
two?
have been busy. But the blood is long dry. So it is you, Tatienne.
If that's true, then the body next to hers will be Yannick's. The girl Yannick went off to sea every night. You said her name was Tatienne.
You. Did you follow me?
Now, why would I do that? Unless you think I'd have good reason to. But no. I was sent to find Yannick. By the looks of things, I have.
We both found who we were searching for.
Nah, he was a jealous sod. Couldn't stand the thought of his woman with someone else. Then one day he sees her with a new comb. Thinks she's got herself a new gallant. Tells the garrison he's gonna find the man and kill him. We know it's all talk, but then he disappears off to Moor for some dealings and doesn't come back.
If you mean this comb, it was a gift from the dame.
If only Yannick had bothered to ask, eh? He might not be rotting on a hill.
I think he meant to ask us something else. He stole the old comb and bought her a new one in the hope they'd wed.
Wed? Where would they have gone? Certainly not back to Northreach with a dame waiting. And we all know what happens to deserters. Tell the dame I'm sorry for her loss. When the lads come to collect Yannick's body, I'll see that Tatienne is delivered to the Vale.
Is that wise?
Oh, there won't be any covering up this mess. The most we can hope for is that the dame doesn't hold it against us. Speaking of which, I saw her in Moor just now. Could you tell her what happened? Might sound better coming from you.
I'm not in on the whole jealousy thing, but...
I need to tell Isabel. Perhaps the comb will give her something to remember Tatienne by.
But the whole, like, being together and then getting unfortunately devoured by a pack of wolves, it's kind of heartbreaking, no? It's really quite sad. Ah, not that way, Torgo. We're not beating up any chocobos. But I will get this, though. I just can't believe that they have multicolored chocobos. How adorable is that? Ah, young love ending in tragedy. It's horrible. I feel it because I just got married, so I'm like, oh no! And I know that, like, it's not the perfect love story or whatever, but it's still sad.
If it was a message...
You are still in one piece, I see. You will be pleased to hear that your companions have arrived. They said they would meet you at a little chapel to the east of here.
Thank you, but you needn't have come all this way just to tell me. I was on my way to see you.
You found her then?
Yeah. You don't want to see it, though.
I see. My dear Tatienne. It is by no means uncommon for a client to fall for a courtesan. Especially a client who's young and far from home. But rarely do such tales have happy endings.
I found this with Tatienne. I believe it was yours.
Thank you for returning it. I shall see that it has a place on her pyre.
It's just kind of gut-wrenchingly tragic. What can you do, though?
I should go.
Before you do, I have one last gift. A token of my thanks. The Veil counts among its patrons several high-ranking officers of the Imperial Army. According to one of the looser-tongued gentlemen, it would appear that the legions are planning to march south.
Otto mentioned the same thing.
But did he mention that it was all of the legions? This is no mere skirmish. Were I to guess, I'd say the Emperor planned to abandon the capital. But that couldn't possibly be true now, could it? Take care, Clive.
I will. And thank you again.
I really liked her. She's so softly spoken as well that... Okay, fine. That I felt relaxed listening to her. Maybe...
You like that, don't you?
What? Ah! I didn't know. That's cute. Yeah, I felt so relaxed listening to her. Maybe that's what was making me fall asleep in the last episode. It's funny how the music just like changes and it gets kind of like evil sounding. And then you come in here and it's like, yeah, this is nice. I could chill to this.
Expecting any new branded until the new moon.
Ooh. And then as soon as you come out here, it's like evil sounding. So how is everybody doing today? I know there's a lot of chit chat at the moment, but it's Final Fantasy. This is kind of the way it is. Was 15 the same? Yeah, I do kind of feel like 15 was the same. But there's a lot of story going on at the moment. There's a lot for us to learn. But I want to go in this way. You know, I still can't believe, though, that Benedicta is dead. She had so much potential. I got rid of her in the beginning. Oh, man. She was my little hoe, and I loved her. Thought she was awesome. She just had so much potential, and they just did her dirty like that. Sid agrees.
Any trouble on the way?
None worth mentioning.
As I was telling Jill, it's worse than I thought. The capital's crawling with soldiers.
And here I am, the deserter come home.
Which is why we'll be taking the back door.
Oh, it's beautiful, though. Imagine living somewhere like that. Seriously, I mean, I look out my window and I am very blessed. I live in a field, so I do have a nice view. But not like that, though. Look at this place! Oh, the pleasure houses. I mean, they are kind of dressed very nicely. And there's Suzy in the same episode. Like, I want to dress like that. Hit.
Cheer up, you two. Can't think of a safer place in the Empire than a... brothel.
Really? Doesn't seem very private.
I mean, they'll do anything for money, so they'll keep us safe.
How do we proceed?
We'll be using the glass gate. Tonight, just after sunset.
Where the shards are loaded for transport. That is one of the most heavily guarded points in all of Sambrec.
But not the most, which is a start. Besides, I know a shortcut straight to the heart.
A shortcut? And how exactly did you come to know about this fatal chink in the Empire's armor?
Let's just say I may have attempted something similar before. And may have ended up running for dear life after being discovered by Bahamut, but that's not important.
Cid, if the Mother Crystals truly are the cause of the Blight...
If? You wound me, Jill.
What I'm trying to say is, if the powers that be know all of this, why do they sit idle and allow it to continue?
In case you haven't noticed, the God-fearing people of this realm and their pious leaders care for but one thing, themselves. And they'll do whatever it takes to hold on to power. The rest of us are just a means to an end. The moment you raise your voice against them, you're decried as an outlaw, clapped in irons and slung in a cell to rot.
An outlaw.
Whoever controls the crystals controls the realm. But our kind can wield magic without them. To our rulers, we must seem the most convenient of tools. And the most dangerous.
But what makes them think they have the right to use us? To leave us to die when our bodies are spent?
Does a nobleman weep for a broken mug? A torn tunic?
Yeah, they don't care.
Our fate means nothing to them. No, this isn't a battle you can win with words. Believe me, I've tried, but nothing ever gets through. The world is simply not ready to listen. So to hell with talking. If they won't give us a say, we'll decide our fates another way. You can't blame a man for wanting to bring an end to all this, can you?
We're in a better position now anyway,
What of all
because
the
there's
people
3
you
of
need to
them.
rob of their comforts? Are you happy for them to call you outlaw?
Cid the outlaw. Ah, that'll do me.
You might at least pretend to take this seriously.
Have a little faith, Jill. Even if you don't think much of my choice of digs. If it means my deeds will be remembered, I'll gladly play the role of villain. But first, we have a gate to crash. And once we're in, there'll be no turning back. So you best make ready. The world won't save itself.
Wait, I hope that doesn't mean that I have to have done all the side missions by then. You know what I mean? Like something major's gonna happen and I can't do all the side missions because I have a lot of side missions. Do you know what I'm saying? That's kind of scared me a little bit. Like it's not saying anything like that. Oh, I don't know. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Just because I'm worried about what he said just then, I am going to transition and I'm gonna do all the side missions just now and it will be like nothing for you guys, okay? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's talk. So I have gone and done the missions on the map. Hopefully none have actually decided to turn up along the way. They shouldn't have. Took me a couple of hours or so and it was nice to just kind of go back through everything. But there's a couple of missions that I want to discuss before we go into the main mission now. And they kind of talk about this place here. Hey, Torgal. I had a mission here where, is this the little girl mission? Yeah. So this one here, there was a little girl that came up to me and she's like, my pet is gone, my pet is gone. And we were asking, what does your pet look like? And she's like, oh, it's white, blah, blah, blah. So I thought, white chocobo, maybe? No. Turns out that it was a better, and by the time we actually found the better, it was dead. It had become paralyzed. like the ones that we've seen previously in the church. And she was so disrespectful. It was killing me. It was actually killing me the way she was going on, like, oh no, my pet is dead. I'm gonna have to get another one now. So basically, Clive freaked out and starts like shouting at this little girl. He made her cry, by the way, which is fine because she deserved it. So yeah, it turns out she was just here on the ground, but she was dead. So that was one of the missions. Look at them, they're so cute. Like, why would I ever want to attack them? Another mission that I did was over here, and there was a guy who said his son was in trouble. So obviously I run over, I kill the wolf that was attacking his son, and it turned out that the guy was actually, he was luring bears, and they were dying because of the son. The son and the wolf were in cahoots, basically. So we killed the wolf, we came back here, and yeah, we didn't kill them. Someone else who was working for the dam, the same as us, basically they gave them the wolf, and the wolf killed the man and his son. We didn't see it, but it was kind of brutal. So that was kind of a cool mission that we got to do there. We done a ton of other stuff, you know. And the other one I want to mention was one back at the hideaway where you had to go and get some letters, and it turned out that one of the letters mentions that Sid has a daughter. So we found out that Sid has a daughter. We didn't know this until now, and that's not something that's been pushed to us in the main story. So yeah, that kind of went down at the hideaway. So yeah, I've been busy. I have been busy. So you've reached a pivotal moment in the story. If you continue, you will not be able to return. Oh well, I guess it's time to say goodbye to all these areas. So yeah, I'm really glad that I did all of this side stuff. That's what I'm saying to you guys. I love Final Fantasy. And even though I'm playing this for YouTube, I still want to have fun myself. And yeah, I'm glad that I did all this stuff off camera. Torgo! Torgo!
There are not nearly enough men here.
And it's fortunate the city guard doesn't take sentry assignment as seriously as you do. This bodes well.
Won't be a first. This may not be such a terrible plan after all.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
It means that the plan has flaws.
Nowhere near as secret as you claimed.
Yeah, but that's half the fun of it. Life's too short for perfect plans. You want a plan that'll keep you on your toes, stop you growing old and complacent.
Worked for you, has it?
Clive, my boy, even life's smallest challenges offer the opportunity to grow and to change. You must embrace these moments. Allow them to suffuse your heart with a deep sense of fulfillment.
Narrowly escaping death at the hands of an enemy is not my idea of fulfillment.
Something wrong?
Not at all. Just wondering if the two of you had finished.
Right. We make for the Mother Crystal's heart as planned. Destroy it and the whole thing should come tumbling down.
And if the passage to the inner sanctum is guarded?
Then we embrace the moment and use it to grow and change.
Okay, we are leaving the past behind us. We're leaving it at the start of this episode. Okay, Torgo, before we get going, just know, love you. Back into the action. I'm looking around. Also, I was hearing something either in my headphones or in my room. It was definitely in my headphones. I think it's just my armor making a clank. Well, he's gone straight, but I mean... Wait. We need to look down first. Okay, I want to go down here. I saw this thing that I really want to talk about. It's the Final Fantasy VII game. What's it called? Ever Crisis, I think. And can we just talk about how good that looks? Now, I don't know. I already have a playthrough of Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VII Remake on my channel.
Let's get this over with.
So I don't know if you guys want me to do more. There's only so much Final Fantasy VII you can do, right? Right?
Perfect plans, Clive. Perfect plans.
Stay down.
Stay dead. Ow. So I haven't exactly been rushing this game.
That's enough.
So I don't expect to struggle with the game. At least not yet, anyway. Thanks, Jill. Calm it down, Torgal. So how did that plan go, Sid? Sid? Oh, I'll break it down. Okay. I can only focus on one Final Fantasy at a time. And this game is a long game. It's not a short game. So I don't even know when Ever Crisis comes out.
That would be my guess. There are sentries everywhere.
Yeah, this seems like a good idea, sis. Sid. Not sis. Excuse me. Thank you. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, that was pitchy, I know, but the music is beautiful in this game. Wait, how much does Torgal give me? Can it heal me now? No, only during fights.
And all good things must come to an end. We might have a bit more company from now on.
Okay, it's fine. Right, sick of Torgal! Torgal's great at getting the enemies down from the air. They're a pain in the ass otherwise.
It's over.
Hold on, I'm trying something. Yeah!
Stay down. It's over.
Oh, that was cool. Hello?
I think this may be the moment I was talking about earlier.
Do you know them, Sid?
What have we here? More insects come to be squashed? You will find my mortar and I only too happy to oblige.
With a talker.
Then let's shut him up.
Oh, he's tiny! Whoa, hey. Let's not do that. Get him, Torgal! Ouch.
My wounds, boy.
Hey, yo, whoa. He's chasing after me with fire.
How do you feel that? Something
Ether. It's ether.
Then we better make this quick.
Wait. Am I dying because that's in the air? What? I love the way he says that. Sick him, Torgal. Nice.
Why won't you die?
Because I don't want to.
Is he?
Bollocks.
Is he growing? No, he's not. Yo, hey! Yo, whoa, hey.
Let's end his torment.
I can't see, Torgal. I was like stuck, you know? Ah, this game is just too cool! Too cool! Get him, Torgal!
Not this time.
Ouch. Ouch. Hey. Back up. I pressed the wrong button for dodging. Who even am I?
Too slow. Not this time.
Nice. Sick of Torgal. I just feel like if I give him if I use magic on him, I feel like he's just gonna end up, I don't know, more on fire? Gotta get him. Yes! What? Come on! Where's the da-da-da-da-dee-dee-da-da-da?
I'll never get used to that. The Kashik or no, he was still a man. A man who drowned in ether.
It's no way for anyone to go.
Come on.
Well. Okay.
Guard duty's a death sentence in this place. Not that Sylvester cares.
Another thing that I did between the halfway mark of this episode, I spent so long talking to the guy getting the notes, okay? I spent a long time going through all the notes. So, the irreversible change brought about by living being overexposure to ether. Creatures are stripped of any intelligence or sense of self they may once have had and become suffused with life force, usually manifesting as extreme strength and aggression. Flora can also turn, resulting in their twisted overgrowth. Those with ethereal tolerance, however, such as dominance and betters, are less likely to turn. Ah, okay. Well, that's horrible then, isn't it? You know something else I just realized? I think my dog is outside. So I'm gonna be back. Okay, never mind. He was outside, by the way, and it was raining, and now I feel really bad. So that's interesting what they do to people, but less likely to betters and dominants. I mean, let's be honest, a dominant already has its problems, and so do betters. So I read up about the mother crystals and what they do, and the fact that the mother crystals and their ability to draw ether from the earth, and it's the reason for the Deadlands advance. And I also read up about Drake's Head as well. There is just so many notes, you guys, like, to read in regards to this game.
Ah, breathe deep of the blessing, my friends. Who said being a dominant doesn't have its benefits?
Cid, this is an aetherflood.
There shouldn't be one here, should there? The workers couldn't survive this.
Well, it wasn't here last time, I can tell you that. Which means we need to be quick.
Yeah, so we're fine down here because it doesn't impact us at
find out
all.
what it's done to everyone else.
Oh man, you always find in these kind of games, or in most kind of games actually, that the powers to be end up doing some pretty nasty stuff to those that they deem beneath them. I will take that. So it's because of all this stuff though that the planet's kind of going to shit in the game. That is my understanding, anyways. So we should probably stop using it, or... Oh god.
Oh, the miners. The gods.
They used to be people.
The ether's made monsters of them. All we can do now is put them out of their misery.
Isabel said she thought the Empire might be planning to abandon the capital. Could this be why?
Oh. She said you could call her Isabel. If ever there was a reason to open things, an aetherflood would be it. Those guards at the gate. They weren't there to keep people out.
They were there to keep the Akashic in.
Get him, boy!
So they're doing this to people, but my question then is, well, I suppose we just had to fight a big one. That means that they can have some control over these people even after they have turned into these monsters. Let me through. So in that respect, I guess you can use them. Good turkey! Can use these people as your army or anything like that. And they're just kind of brain dead about it. Let me just go back into it. So it's irreversible, brought about by a living being's overexposure to it. Usually manifesting as extreme strength and aggression. But can they be controlled is what I want to know. Like, can we use them in some form of way, the way that these people try and use dominance to their advantage as well? Okay, what about this one? Pools of concentrated ether that form on the land's surface, thought to be caused by an imbalance in its diffusion beneath. Though ether Is it ether or aether? I can't remember. Is usually invisible. At flood level concentrations, it takes on a blue glow. Those with a natural ethereal tolerance can survive exposure to a flood, at least for a short time. Oh. Okay. Does that mean we should hurry up then? Pretty much. I don't want to lose my marbles. Also, has it said what it does to dogs? What about dogs? Is Torgal okay? Like, what if something happens to Torgal? Come on, Sid, it's not
Doesn't
far.
look that far. Right.
See, nailed it.
Right, yo. Oh.
Yo, 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 yo! Hey! Get him, Torgal!
Some help.
Hold on.
Why were we so far? Oh my god, ahead of him? Like, we're the worst teammates. God.
Not quite as spry as I used to be.
I'll take that as a thank you.
Look on the bright side, eh? At least you won't get lost.
Welcome, Sid. Okay, let's go. I'm concerned about Torgal being down here with all this ether. Aether. I forget how to pronounce it. Oh, God. So, they had a hell of an operation going on down here, and now they're all just monsters. Some opponents will use the ability Warcry to invigorate themselves, enhancing their performance in battle. Cool. Look for the icon and try and defeat them before they can deal too much damage. Son of a... Right, who's using it?
A little help. Get him.
That's a lot of them. Can I just say something that I have not figured out how to do yet? Is to, when I'm locked on, say I want to change to somebody else. I haven't figured out how to do that. You know? So it's L1 to lock on. But say I want to start attacking the person that's next to them. I don't know how to swap L, like, what do I press, you know? I have no idea. I should learn, but I don't know. Okay, let's just have a little look around. Wait. No, I want to know what way I'm going. Oh, it is that way. Or is that just where my dog is? No, that's the way I'm going, isn't it? Yeah, do you remember? Maybe I think the next time I get into a battle, I'm just gonna press a lot of buttons and I'm gonna try and figure out how I'm supposed to change that because I don't know. Right, boy, where am I off to? It is that way. We're gonna have a souped up dog in a minute if we don't get out of here. Dun, dun, dun. I have been playing a ton of Final Fantasy X in my own time just now because I was only a couple of... That's how to go back, isn't it? Is it? It's not. I thought that was going back the way. I only had a couple of trophies left for the PS4. So I decided, I was like, right, I'm gonna pick it back up and we're just gonna go for that platinum. Well, now I remember why I didn't bother. So I got the trophy finally for 200 lightning bolts dodged. But oh my god, you guys, like, I actually did it with no sound as well. Like, I didn't have my headphones on or anything. But I want to swap to... Like, is there a way to just swap? I don't think there is. I can't figure it out. Someone in the comments, please. Put me out of my misery. So I eventually got the 200 lightning bolts, epically dodged, might I add, and I was shaking by the end of it. I remember I got to roughly like 160, and I couldn't, like, my whole body was just like, oh, don't mess this up. So we did it. And now, I never have to do it ever again. How did I just dodge you? I don't know. Did like no damage though. Really? So yeah, I have the lightning bolts are done, and no, you don't. I managed to get all the way around this sphere grid, which I was very happy about. And I need to now defeat the last two major enemies. Nemesis and something else. Did you hear him? Like, he said Sikkim Torgal, like, really creepily. Sikkim Torgal. It must have been because I was in the state. I was in the Ifrit state. Ding, ding. And then I shall have platinum. Now, if you don't know anything about me in regards to the gaming side of me, I love Final Fantasy. Hi, welcome. And the last one I got was Final Fantasy XII Platinum. That was a pain in the ass because I had to get one of the mist moves. And you had to do like a specific combination, but a lot of it was kind of random at the same time. And I remember the night I finally got it. I think it took me a year, but I finally got it, and I was just howling. I couldn't. Oh, I was so happy. So happy. Coral sword, huh? So I'm very, very close to that of a platinum for 10. Hi! Hi! Yes. I will. I will, I will,
Either
I will.
replace that wooden door with something a little more sturdy. On the count of 3.
I got a new sword. We could use that. That wasn't even at the same.
Ask one.
Hey, it bent it.
Aye, seeing as you're trying now.
Yaw. Madman.
That was gonna keep us out.
Look, it's Calcifer! Hey, Calcifer. If you don't know who Calcifer is, then I feel bad for you, but it's from
The Mother Crystal's just up ahead.
a Studio
Is it?
Ghibli movie.
I can't see a thing.
Well,
Howl's
unless
Moving
someone's
Castle.
moved it.
I think. No, I can't even remember, but I think it's Howl's Moving Castle. I reacted to them all. I should know this. But Calcifer just stood out to me so much. Now I really want to go and watch that movie.
There's no one about.
I knew it would be big. But this...
That's what she said.
There. That's our way into the inner sanctum. You'd think they'd have patched that up by now. Sorry state the Empire's in.
Wait. You don't mean...
Aye. My little game of hide-and-seek with Bahamut ended here. At tragic cost to this remarkable architecture. Don't blame me, he started it.
But how did he make it out alive?
Cause he's Ramu, duh.
I walked. You should try it.
Like, listen, I know Bahamut is badass, but so is Ramu. Whether or not he fought him as Ramu or as Cid, it doesn't matter, because Cid is also badass. Have you met him? Doesn't matter what Final Fantasy you play, Cid is just kick-ass. Hey guys.
Oh,
Oh, not again.
Is there something you two want to tell me?
Maybe later.
Yeah, so there was this thing that happened. Get him, push. Woohoo!
It's over.
But how could those creatures from Phoenix Gate be here in the mines?
are the two places connected somehow?
So you see at the bottom there where it says attack, fire, phoenix shift and all that. You've got red for Ifrit and green for Garuda. Who else am I getting? Because you can see that there's space there. There's space for a little bit more. And that excites me. It really excites me. The future excites me. All right, bring it. That move is so effective, especially when you get surrounded the way that we always tend to.
Sick on Torgal.
Sick on Torgal.
Stay down.
Right, you need to stop that. See, I don't know how to swap.
That's enough.
Right, you. She's like, Clive. I'm like, Clive cannot come to the phone right now. Okay, I do remember this thing being a little bit of an arsehole. OP, but nothing we can't handle. Let me just check something. Abilities. What? I did all of this. Did I get more? It mustn't have saved it because it was the last thing I did. Because I did that one. I did... Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, I did that one and I did that one. Strange. Yeah, it must have been because that was the last things that I did. And then I turned the game off. Whoops.
When I was in the Imperial Army, soldiers assigned to the Glass Gate would tell stories about something they called the Guardian.
Can't say I saw anything like that when I was last here. Then again, I can't say I made it this far.
Let's just be careful then.
Hey, there's 3 of us and a Torgal. That is a boss fight. Okay? If you've ever played any video game, that is a boss fight or a boss rush, or we're gonna get chased by a dragon. I'm going for the third one. See if we get chased by a dragon. I haven't played this before. I promise. I promise!
If I had to guess.
Is it Leviathan?
Poor beast. Another victim of the flood.
But why was there a dragon down here?
Well, if it's a fight.
Oh, okay, it's not. I was like, Leviathan, come on.
Always.
Come on. This one is all on you. Okay, I now have 3 bars for my beast. Frickin' Dark Souls, Suzy. Come on, girl. didn't even do very much. Is it bad that I need to itch my nose? Do you think he'll wait for me if I itch my nose? Excuse me, dragon. Thank you.
Not this time.
Not this time. Bad Poochie.
There, boy.
Where's it going?
Where's he off to now?
I don't like this.
Clive, look out!
What do you want me to do?
Not this time.
I don't know how I dodged that. I don't know how I keep doing it, you guys. I didn't do it that time. Son of a bitch.
Not this time.
Shit!
Keep your distance, boy.
Don't fly off.
Not this time. Toggle. My wounds, boy. A little help.
Oh god. fun. That was so much fun. Whew. Sorry, dude. It's for the best. That's what they keep telling me.
Are you all right?
Fine.
The inner sanctum lies just beyond. Chances are the palace guard knows we're here. We should move. Not that any sane commander would send his men into a place awash with this much ether. Clive. If this all works, and the blessing fades, things are likely to get worse for our kind before they get better. Being the last to wield ether will make our talents that much more sought after, by which I mean hunted. I just hope, in the end, they'll see that we didn't have any other choice. That it was the only way to get us to a better place.
And here I was thinking I was the uncertain one. Luckily, 2 out of 3 of us have faith in you.
Then it all starts here. Time to earn that menacing title. Cid the Vicious, was it?
Ah, that was such a fun boss fight. There was someone a while ago, it's kind of a spoiler, maybe it's not, but they were like, oh, you'll be disappointed because there's not that many boss fights in the game. But so far, I disagree.
We're almost there. Anyone having second thoughts?
Not me.
We're with
I mean, it's a bit late now.
Then what are we waiting for?
What else can we do at this point? Would you like to go back? Yeah, let's go back. No. Nice. It's probably a damn sight easier to just keep going forward. Sometimes I tell myself that as like daily advice as well. Yo.
It's beautiful.
So is the music.
Heart of Sambrek.
Oh, it kind of feels wrong though, because it's so beautiful.
Well, that didn't work.
I didn't think it would.
I think we're gonna need a bigger sword.
Mine's bigger.
Thank you, Clive, but I meant that figuratively. The core's clearly made of sterner stuff. Taya's going to have a fit when she hears about this. Stand back. It's about to get cramped in here.
Are you about to turn into Ramu and do it? Oh yeah! Oh yeah, oh yeah! I'm surprised there's no one guarding it. Who's a big boy? You're a big boy.
That's more like it.
Okay, let's do it! I don't think this will be enough. What do you guys think? Okay. I have been wrong before.
Clive, look.
What is that?
Yo!
Cid!
lost it before. I'm not doing it again. The fuck are you?
Ifrit, I need Ifrit.
What is this? Like the demon gate in 7.
I can't do this without you.
Come on, Ifrit!
Not again. Where are you?
Go! You're gonna do it now! You're gonna die! What is that thing? It's so creepy! Shiva! We need Shiva. No, Torgal! No, 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 no! You can't do anything! You can't do anything! Hold on. Yeah, get back! Get back! What did he just grab? It looked like he got something.
Where the hell am I?
Hi. How did I go through? You didn't touch me. The hell is it? What? I don't recognize it.
I've been here before.
Typhon?
You again.
It was an accident.
What do you want? Fuck. It's still alive.
You're not gonna make me fight this thing, right? I think I was wrong on that before too. Where's Torgal?
Get out of my head. I don't answer to you. I'm leaving. One way or another.
That one's super strong. Now that I've leveled it up, you know? Hey guys.
By the flames. Stay down. Not this time.
Okay, can I just fight this thing? I think I could kill it. Yo!
What else can he do?
Show me! Show me your stuff! Wait, what? Wait, what? No! Nice try, loser. I got dodging down.
That power isn't yours.
But then Gato dies in hours, technically.
But this is mine.
Oh, shit! This is so epic! I'm keeping both hands here now. Ready for the quick times. Yes!
I remember now. I had a fire.
Oh, I'm a bad boy. Okay, melee, ranged, evade, jump. Press triangle after executing a fireball burst to perform a devastating melee finish known as the backdraft. Okay. Okay, this will take me a little minute to remember everything. Let's see. Okay. What are you doing? Okay, we're gonna get out of this. Too bad. Oh, yo, hey, yo! Sick! Definitely wide open there. that was easy. That was a bit too easy, actually.
It's done.
Okay, give me 20 of them. Why not?
How many more could there be?
Oh! I thought it was a bit too easy. Just get out the middle! We look so small in comparison. Wait a minute. Has it got 6 arms now? 4 arms. Oh, I love your hair though! They totally got it after me, right?
As you wish.
Okay, I can do this. I live for the music though. Okay, that one. Get out of my fucking way! Oh, I just like dodged right back into that. What the fuck? Ah! Oh god! That's fun. Absolute Dark Souls boss. Absolute. Oh my god, I thought I died. I was like, what? Come on, I got that. about to get some new powers. Oh! This guy reminds me of like a final boss. Bit of Final Fantasy VIII up in here, maybe. Come on, Hellfire! Raise the roof! Hey, we don't get it the first time? We'll get it the second time. Ooh! That'll do it. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Ha! So epic! It just never gets old. And I wait for it all the time. Beautiful. La da 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 da. Sick. Give me your powers. But tell me, is Torgal okay? Ah, thank God. I thought I'd seen them take him.
Well, enjoy your nap.
You're wounded.
This? It's only a scratch. All right, the hole.
We'll find you a healer.
Here? No, you won't.
Listen, we nearly lost him once before. He'll be fine. What the hell?
I know who you are. And if you think I'm gonna let you have him...
Do this! Whoa!
Think again.
Ah! Why did we hesitate? Why did we hesitate? Oh my God, look at the amount of blood there.
One left. That'll do me.
No! You're kidding me.
Try not to talk.
Clive. For so long, I thought I had all the answers. But then I met you. And I learned it wasn't a good death we should be fighting for, but a better life. It's all very well, a man reclaiming his fate. But if he can't choose how he meets it, What's the point? So, I made a choice. Crystal's blessing is a prison, Clive. And if it's an outlaw the world needs to help it break free. Stop. Please. I can think of none better than you.
No, this can't be happening. What, right now? Right now? Really? As if this is any moment.
In ashen grip, let ember glow to kindle flames anew.
Oh, it's too much. This is crazy. This is where I find out, right? It is him. It is him. I'm not crazy. No! Wake up! Wake up! Oh my god, I'm freaking out. No! Oh, Sid!
I'm sorry, Clive. Had I arrived but a moment sooner.
Oh.
Do you remember me, boy?
Of course he does.
I saw you protect them. That was very brave. I know you're there, Ultima.
So Ultima's the bitch. Or the dick. I don't know.
What else have you learned, Phoenix?
My travels have revealed much about you and your ambitions. I know that it was you who tore me from my brother. And I know that it is his power that you seek. But know this. If you want him, you'll have to go through me.
Yeah, get wrecked! Oh no, no, no,
Breath
no.
of mine ancestors, fill these lungs that I may dispel the songs of suffering.
A disturbance.
We'll leave. My brother alone.
This is just crazy. Clive, wake up!
This is getting us nowhere.
We agree. No more games, Phoenix.
Call him by his name!
We have come to claim our vessel.
No. No.
And I said no.
Oh! He said no, bitch! No means no!
flames are nothing. You will know what it is to burn.
Yours is a fleeting form. I'm not fool enough to think I can harm you. But to protect my brother, I don't have to.
Is he waking up? Please! Please, this is the moment! This is the moment! Look at his face! Oh, wake up, Clive! Look at Torgal. Torgal's like, I will protect them with my life.
These are not flames of destruction.
Have you forgotten already who I am?
No! No! That was your plan! That was your plan! That was your plan? Really? Josh!
Just try and get to my brother now. Fiend.
Oh my god. That's insane. Like, do you know what this means? For Josh, do you know what this means? This isn't good. But Clive saw him. But Clive's gonna think he was like dreaming or something. Ah. No, the guy! Of course! He knew where the hideaway was! Oh shit! Shit! My Moogle's in there!
Must fail Lord Cook again! Find Sid! Are all fucking dead!
Yeah, about that.
Sid, help us! Where is he?
Oh no.
You'll do!
Gav! Oh, Gav!
Bastard!
Gav, we've got to go!
Not without this!
Oh god, I can't believe the hideaway's screwed.
Sid is not among the dead. Shall I send a Stolas?
Bastards! Absolute! Absolute! Oh no. Freaking Titans here.
Fuck me! Where the hell are you, Sid? Where the hell are you?
That beautiful place up in the sky. That's where he is. Holy shit! Everything just went to shit! It's no wonder it told me to do all the side stuff.
Come, come.
All the people! All the people!
Sausage, all from greens-fed farm birds. None of the old courses you'll find elsewhere. Here, take a bite.
Don't eat chocobos either, you loser.
I've got peppers and peas, beans and beets. If it goes in a pot, I've got the lot.
Curatives, restoratives,
Look all you like, sir. It's all fresh. Picked this very morning.
Restoratives, unguents, ointments, poultices, harmatives, curatives, restoratives, unguents, ointments, poultices. Might I interest you in a potion, milady? Perhaps a soothing salve to ease the aches of the road?
Is that Arya from Game of Thrones?
I'm sorry. I wish you well, but may the mothers guide you. Calmatives, curatives, restoratives, unguents, ointments, poultices. Calmatives, curatives, restoratives.
My heart. 5 years later? What? Okay. Time jump.
It's good to see you, Cid.
What have we learned?
We carried on Cid's name.
The bearers are locked up in an old courthouse on the edge of town. And I hardly need tell you who is there to make sure they stay that way.
Kupka's private guard.
It's a trap. And not a very good one at that.
Another? What does he hope to gain from this?
I'll have the captives free before nightfall.
You do nothing of the sort. Our comrades didn't give their lives for you to get your throat slit in a god's-forsaken slum.
So those in the courthouse should be left to suffer.
That's not what I said. I simply meant it doesn't have to be you who frees them. Damn it all. You're as stubborn as the old Cid was.
So the mark on my face, or
Just
lack
don't
of.
say I didn't warn you. You're Cid now, and if anything happens to him, we're finished.
And Torgal? Hey! Wait, that makes Torgal 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Like 18 years old at this point. How old can this dog live till?
Please, we don't know anything. You have to believe us. We'd help you if we could.
But you're helping us already.
Forgive him, my lord. He did not mean to offend.
Quiet, you!
No sign of Hugo.
I'll wager he thinks as highly of his minions' traps as we do.
Then this should be easy.
Don't hurt us. I beg of you.
Quiet means quiet, branded scum.
It's going to be all right. I'm here to even the odds. Any objections?
It's him.
I didn't think our next power would be Ramu. God. That breaks my heart.
Come on.
Actually breaks my heart. Now, I feel like if anybody knew that Ramu was one of them for you, it's kind of a spoiler.
No, summon the others.
If you... Do you know what I mean? Like when you're starting the game.
The bearers.
Safe.
Okay. Clive has claimed a portion of the icon Ramu. Attuning with Ramu not only changes with the elemental aspect of Clive's magic spells, but also allows access to several new icon abilities such as Thunderstorm, which rains Levin bolts down on all nearby enemies. Okay. Oh my god, excuse me! Kingdom Hearts much? Wow. Okay. Blind Justice can be used to launch a barrage of ball lightning at up to 9 targets. Excuse me. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to use it. Wait, how does that fucking work? So wait, press it with that one, and then move it with that one. Okay. I got it.
Balls in here. Bring me his head.
Oh, this episode is intense.
How many are there?
That's okay.
Titan sends his regards.
Why is it not? Ah, okay, circle. Epic. I might actually use that move.
Enough of this! Let him play with the kitten!
They brought a pet.
Oh! Giant Torgal.
You'll pay for what you've done, Sid.
It's so weird being called Sid.
We'll have to be faster.
I gotta say, I'm just feeling a little bit overpowered, but that's okay.
To hell with this!
They'll tell Hugo.
Let them. There's been more than enough bloodshed for one day.
Murderer. All of our friends are dead because of you. Do you hear me? They used us as bait. Bait to lure you out of your stinking hole, all because you couldn't just let things be.
What are you even doing here? We never asked to be saved. Did you think we'd thank you? They'll never forgive us. We're all marked now.
For 5 years we fought to secure a better life for our kind. To see that we are treated as equals. Do you not want that?
What we want is to be left alone. Every time you show your faces, it is we who suffer.
It's all right. I'm sorry.
Just leave us be. This is our home, and this is where we'll stay.
Cid told us this wouldn't be easy. They'll come round.
If you say so.
We should go.
Five years on and things haven't gone easier. Okay, so let's have a look at the map. Cid the Outlaw returned to the hideaway. But the hideaway was destroyed, you know? And I'm all out of time and it's killing me because I'm just like, I want to know what happened to the hideaway so badly. But I'm all out of time, you guys, for this episode. I think it has gone on long enough. Although I hope that it saved. I'm pretty sure it would have saved just there. So, holy cow. Cid is dead. It is Josh. I knew it was Josh, but it kind of opens up a couple more questions that I have in regards to the night that we thought Josh died, where it's like, Clive saw Josh, or he saw someone in front of him while Josh was already like freaking out as Phoenix. So there must be two of them. There must be two Joshes. That's it. That is the conclusion. No, that's the only thing that's kind of confusing me at the moment is that scene. But I know that in time, things will explain themselves. So, we have Ramu now. Torgal was so cute when it was like, do you recognize me, boy? And Torgal's like, yeah, I do. It's just so adorable. And Josh has decided to take Ultima. But Cid knew about Ultima, but now Cid is gone. So we didn't get that information as to what is Ultima and what did they want with Clive specifically. So, yeah. All right, you guys, thank you so much as always for watching me play some Final Fantasy XVI, and I'll catch you all in the next episode. Bye.